Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe. Seth Rollins loses his Royal Rumble place. The return of Triple H is entrance music. An actual big return, clues in the name there. And Emelina still hasn't debuted. I'm Oli Davis and this is the Royal Rumble Go Home Show, the 23rd of January 2017 edition of Monday Night Raw in about 4 minutes. Roman Reigns got powerbombed through the announcers table last week and lost his United States title the week before that. Oh, I bet he's gonna be angry. Nope, he's smiling again. Roman got the usual boos from the Ohio crowd, but thanks to a mixture of Chris Jericho being an excellent promo and Reigns getting some cheap babyface heat by saying the name of the town they're in, he eventually ended up being cheered. This segment was the perfect length, going a succinct 10 minutes with no dragging parts. I wasn't that into the resulting match though. To be honest, I'm not that into anything by the time Raw enters its third hour. It's almost redundant to say it at this point, but Raw is too long. Somehow Roman managed to stand tall over both Owens and Jericho at the end, which usually means he'd be losing at the pay-per-view. But much more likely he's both standing strong here and on Sunday. A combination of Gallows and/or Anderson versus Cesaro and/or Sheamus yet again. I've got very little interest in their tag team title match this Sunday, even with 2 referees. Wow, what a stipulation that the officials you employ can't do their jobs properly. Because it feels like I've been watching Galanderson take on Shamaro for an entire month. Bayley and Charlotte got separate pre-recorded sit-down interviews with Corey Graves to hype their Royal Rumble title match, which was so much better than another half-hour-long rambling promo. This was a far more effective way to get this feud over. Stephanie McMahon pitted Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn against each other, friend versus friend, for Rollins' Royal Rumble spot. A match that genuinely felt like it meant something, while getting over the everyone versus everyone dynamic of the Rumble. They had a really good back and forth match that slowly sucked in the crowd with a great finishing angle. Triple H's music distracting Seth, costing him both the match and his Royal Rumble place. This was the best thing on the show. There were a few good high spots from this 6-man tag, which was mainly designed to get Mustafa Ali over, but the crowd weren't into the match at all. Enzo and Cass got a monster pop when they interrupted the New Day, presumably because everyone in the Quicken Loans arena thought this meant their feud with Rusev and Jinder Mahal was over. Big Cass entered himself in the Rumble, but just when we thought we were out, here comes Rusev and Jinder Mahal. At least it wasn't Titus O'Neil. Oh god damn it! This turned into an 8-man tag with Braun Strowman to make up the heels' numbers. After Braun pinned Enzo for the win, Big Show made his WWE return for a Strowman stare down. After Vince McMahon climaxed backstage, Braun walked out. Nia did the usual squash ahead of her pre-show match against Sasha Banks this weekend. Banks came out after and the two had a brawl. Noam Dar came down to the ring with Alicia Spy's side, but Rich Swann still kicked his head off in this fun little match. Swann gets some really good sound on his kicks. It doesn't even matter, you can clearly see him slap his leg when he does them. Swann and Nev Heel brawled afterwards to set up their cruiserweight title match this Sunday. Here it is, the long-awaited Goldberg return on WWE Raw. After 3 weeks not being on WWE Raw. Goldberg remains so intense, however, he still managed to make a man spontaneously rip his shirt off and bust himself open while cutting a promo, which he apparently did headbutting a locker before coming out to the ring. It seemed to make him lose his way for the first minute or so, fumbling his lines in front of the live crowd. Paul Heyman came out for the promo hot tag and Brock Lesnar eventually went face to face with Goldberg in the ring. And then suddenly, more out of nowhere than Randy Orton screaming swear words at you in the gym, the Undertaker appeared between the two behemoths. That's how you sell a goddamn pay-per-view. Maybe not how you set your company up for future success without an over-reliance on part-timers, but hot damn for short-term gain. That's how you sell a goddamn pay-per-view. So that was this week's Raw in about 4 minutes. Here's the usual ratings recap from top to bottom in order: core, average, poor, and bore. This week's Raw is average. It was by far the best show of the year so far, which sounds like I'm damning with faint praise, but I'm honestly not. There was a fantastic match between Seth Rollins and Sami Zayn, with a great angle weaving through it, the great ending stare down, and a genuine big time feel ahead of the Royal Rumble. But when the show doesn't have major logic holes or awful segments to pick apart, you get reminded by Raw's more fundamental problem, the one that's driven away 500,000 viewers since this time last year. It's too too long. What did you all think? Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to vote in the poll above my head to give it your own rating. I'll announce the results on tomorrow's WrestleTalk news. If you want to watch how I think Vince McMahon chooses Roman Reigns' WrestleMania opponent, or find out the latest on the Royal Rumble's possible surprises, click the videos to the left and subscribe. I've been Oli Davis, and that was wrestling.